bosses, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I use my Veeda Bella Practice hand. So the first thing that I'm doing is going in with the primer, and I'm going to be doing 2 coats of that on each nail. So you do want to make sure that you do this exactly how I'm going to be showing you. That way your practice hand lasts you a really long time, because this definitely is an investment. I will be sure to leave the link down below to the practice hand as well as my promo code, so you guys can go check them out. But this is V's practice hand. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys actually watch her on YouTube. But after you do your 2 coats of your primer, then you can go in and apply your nail tips. So it comes with these full coverage coffin nail tips. What you want to do is just measure the nail. After that, you want to go in and just apply the nail glue. You could either apply it on the nail or on the actual practice hand. So just do a little bit, and then what you're going to do is you put the flat side, so literally the opposite way that you would normally apply a press on, and you just push it into the cuticle area. So you will see me, which I had already pre-sized this one, that's why you didn't see me size it, but you just hold it down, and then we're gonna do the same thing for all of them. So again, these are full coverage coffin nail tips, and what you want to do is put the flat side, so like the coffin part, into the cuticle area. So you guys see me actually sizing it there. That one was too big, this one was perfect. So I'm gonna go in and apply the glue at the back of the nail on the flat side, and then just insert that right into that little pocket, and then just hold it down for a few seconds. And y'all, when I say like using that primer and then the glue, like it stayed on really well. I've done 3 sets of nails using this practice hand, and I haven't had not one problem with a nail coming off while I'm shaping. And I'm really rough, y'all. When I'm doing nails, like I'm pretty rough. So I am definitely amazed at how good the nail stayed on. And I don't know if it's the primer, maybe it's just because it's such a good practice hand. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I know using a practice hand, that's the most annoying thing, especially if you use like the plastic practice hands, like y'all, the little finger snaps off and it just irritates you so bad. So this definitely has been a lifesaver for me. And this practice hand definitely is not heavy like others. Like, I've tried one other practice hand, and y'all, when I say it was so heavy, and then the fingers were not flexible at all. So when I needed the other fingers to kind of move out of the way, like they just did not do that. And this one, the fingers are really flexible. So if I need to move one over to the side while I'm working on one nail, I am able to do that. And also, I forgot to mention, but to just position my practice hand how I'm doing, or how I'm using it here, I literally am using a big roll of tape, y'all, and then I put the towel over the roll of tape, and then I just put the hand kind of in that, if that makes sense. I guess I forgot to show that, but I guess I'll have to probably show you guys that. But after I finish applying all of the nails, next I'm gonna go in with the tape that also comes with the hand. So it just looks like this. It's just a roll of white tape. So I'm gonna do that on all of the nails. I'm literally just gonna apply the tape on top of the nail that you see there, of course. And then I'm gonna go in and just cut the little piece to where it's perfectly on top of the nail, and I'm gonna do that on all of them. So basically what this is gonna do is we're gonna go in and apply another nail tip on top of the nail tip that we already have, and then like your other nail tip is gonna go on top of that. So at first, when I first tried or did this, y'all, or watched her do it, I was kind of thrown off because I had never seen, like I said, I've only used one other practice hand, and I don't think that I ever watched the video to see how it's supposed to be used. But this is actually genius, because this way, like, you don't have to keep reapplying the nails every time, because then next time when you're ready to do another set, you don't have to do this part right here. You can just go in and remove the other tip that we're going to apply on top of this one. And you will see exactly what I'm talking about here in a second. But after I applied the tape, I just make sure that it's on there really good, and then I'm going to take the white piece off, and we're going to be left with just clear tape. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. that on all of them, and then we'll move on to the next step. And y'all, when I say this was so hard to do with the gloves, like trying to take the little white piece off was definitely a job. Alrighty, so after we finish taking off the little white paper off the tape, next we're gonna go in and apply another tip right on top of the tip that we already have there, and then just holding it down. That way it sticks to that double-sided tape really, really good. So the tip that I'm going in with is literally the exact same size as the one that's already on there. And then after you finish doing that, this would basically be like your client's natural nail, and then you would go in and prep it exactly as if it was your client's nail. So that way the actual nail tip, so like if you do a stiletto nail tip, coffin square, whatever nail tip you decide to use, you would apply that on this nail. You do your acrylic, your nail art, all that good stuff, and then whenever you're done with that set, all you have to do is just use like a cuticle pusher and just put the cuticle pusher in between that first nail that we applied and the second one, and then that way you're able to take it out and basically separate the two and just slide it out. You're basically just undoing the tape, I guess, unsticking the nail from the tape. And then that way, when you're ready to do another set, you can just apply another tip on there like we're doing right now, and then do another set. So you don't have to do the whole first step again unless the nails are really, really messed up. Alrighty, so up next, we're gonna go in and just prep the nails. So you don't necessarily have to do this, I don't think, but I like to go in and basically go through all of the steps as if I was doing a client, just because of course I'm using the practice hand to film nail tutorials for you guys, so I don't want to skip steps. And so during this process, I'm just going in with my e-file, and I'm using a 180 sanding band, and just like I would prep my client's nail, I am just going in and basically removing the shine from the natural nail. Like I said, I don't know if you necessarily have to do this on the practice hand if you're just using it strictly for practicing purposes. I know earlier I did a set and I did not prep the natural nail, and everything stayed on just fine and went on just fine as well. So like I said, you don't necessarily have to prep it, but I'm doing it because I don't want to skip any steps when I'm teaching people how to do nails basically. So after you prep the natural nail, you would just go in and dust them off, and then after that you just apply the nail tips of your choice. So for this set that I did, I ended up using my 3XL coffin nail tips, and just like any other time if you're working on a client, you would just go in and apply your nail tips, making sure that they fit exactly from sidewall to sidewall. You don't want them to be too big or too small. And to apply them, I am using my KDS glue. I just apply a little bit of that glue on the tip of the nail, and then just place it on the nail really, really straight. Hold it down for a few seconds, and that's it. So literally the exact same way you would apply a nail tip on your client's natural nail. So same thing, measuring the nail tips, making sure it fit exactly from sidewall to sidewall, applying the glue and placing the nail down. So we're gonna go ahead and do that on all of them. So again, this is how I use my practice hand, or how I apply the nails on my Veeda Bella practice hand. Again, I'll be sure to leave the link and my promo code down below if you guys decide to check it out. Definitely a great investment. You won't regret your purchase if you decide to get it.